guys, it is Wednesday the 29th of August 2018 and you're watching KopTalk.tv. Hooray. So, when I went to England recently, I obviously had to take a flight there and back. I couldn't fucking walk it, could I? So I downloaded that Manchester City documentary, you know, that All or Nothing, because I like to have some on flight to watch, you know what I mean, on iPad and that. So I downloaded, you know, the whole thing, every episode, from Amazon Prime, all right, legitimately, and I watched a couple on the flight over, a couple on the flight back, and the rest of them I sort of caught up on when I was on different train journeys around the UK to the hospital and back, because it was in another town from where my son was. So I watched the whole thing, and I wanted to see, have you watched it? Did you watch it? Have you watched it? Because I'm a football supporter, you know what I'm saying? I'll watch anything like that. Anything to do with any club, I'll watch it. Even the Manx, you know, as in United. I would say that I enjoyed it. You know, I did enjoy it. It gives some insight into Pep Guardiola and Manchester City, if you like. I didn't like the. I thought there was quite a bit of, you know, action in it in terms of the actual game footage. You know, like quite a lot of reliving stuff, which I guess you have to have with the narration, or the whole situation of what's going on, especially if you're trying to target maybe supporters in, you know, around the world that maybe haven't got really involved in soccer, and but I will say that the best bits for me, right, was I liked the behind the scenes executive stuff. So like the stuff featuring the chairman, the owner, the chief executive, transfer boardroom stuff. Then there wasn't a lot of it, to be honest, but it was quite good listening to them talk, and, you know, just really I could watch that particular aspect of it fucking 24/7. Fascinates me. So Liverpool came up quite a few times in this documentary, because obviously we played them in the league, obviously, but also the Champions League. And there was a moment when they were talking. I think they were in a dressing room, and I think they maybe just played someone, or they were preparing, or something, you know. And it was like quite informal. It was the manager and his assistants and stuff like that. And he said, you know, Liverpool next. He went, they scare me. They scare me. Liverpool, they scare me. It was the only time I heard him say he was scared of any fucker. You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah. But so, you know what I mean? It's like now how people now like see Liverpool. You know, they can put like the narrator and stuff like that can say, and next up is Liverpool, one of the, you know, most attacking sides. Yeah, we know that. But when Pep Guardiola sat there going, they scare me. You know, I'm worried about this game. I'm worried about this game. That is some praise right there, guys. I'm not bigging him up. I'm just saying, like, any manager that we know saying they're scared. I mean, we say it, don't we? Sometimes we say, we're scared, I'm fucking squeaky bum, you know, mate. You know what I mean? I was surprised at that, to be honest. And it just shows you how far we've come along, doesn't it? Would you not agree? I mean, you know, we might not have won anything recently, but we're still making progress, and I believe that. And I'm not one, you know, I'm not one of these tree-hugging leftists that'll tell you everything's great if it's fucking not. Yeah? So I do think there's been progress, but ultimately you are judged on silverware. So, but that's for another day. So I watched that. It showed the welcome to hell, if you like, greeting the Manchester City bus got at Liverpool, and Pep Guardiola, you know, being sarcastic when he was coming off the bus inside the stadium, saying, "Yeah, thanks for looking after us. Yeah, cheers, nice one," and all that. But, you know, there's quite a few times that Liverpool came up in there, and obviously the Virgil van Dijk situation came up, which you may have read about the other week, because that came out. It was touched upon in the news that, you know, they were interested in him at one time, and they were like, you know, there was a discussion, I think, between the chief executive and operations, and you know, the things that I was telling you about that I like hearing about, and they were like, you can't be serious, can you, in terms of his valuation? You know, like, are you really serious about paying that sort of money for him? Yeah. So it was very interesting. You know, I don't have a problem with Man City. You know, some of their fans might stumble on this video now because of the title of the video. You know, I come in peace. But, you know, it was good. It was interesting. I found it interesting. Reminded me of the Liverpool one. So I'd like to watch that now again. and although I found that a bit cringe, if I'm honest, and see where I would put it in terms of how how good that was. I can't remember much about that other than Brendan Rodgers and his free envelopes, I think, something like that, wasn't it? And Raheem Sterling getting a bollocking. But I thought it was really good, and yeah, when I say really good, it's worth watching if you're a football fan. There's a lad on Twitter I know, I think he's Man United Talk is his username. I spoke to him briefly. I was on my train and I was messaging on Twitter, and he was like, I just thought it was a bit of a PR exercise for Man City, to make them look good, which is, I guess that is the whole point of it. And obviously he's their enemy. I think he said he couldn't stomach it and had to stop watching it, which made me laugh. His football rivalry is brilliant, isn't it? The BBC series, I think it was BBC initially, I can't remember if they swapped sides or channels or whatever. Do you remember the about Salford, and the Man United players that bought that club? I thought that was fucking brilliant. I mean, that series there, I could watch non-stop. I mean, don't get me wrong, when I was in my 20s and stuff, I'd have been like, I'm watching that fucking scum, fucking, do you know what I mean? Like, but as you get older, you get a bit more like, I don't know, maybe you get a bit tamer. And if you truly love football, then you'll watch it. So I really, really, really do like the Salford FC series that they bring out, every now and then. Because I think it's been out 2 or 3 times, hasn't it? I didn't watch the very last episode. I've got to catch up on. Some twat deleted it off my Sky planner. So I must catch up on that. But as far as the Manchester City one goes, I think it's worth a look. There is one on Netflix as well, I think, about Juventus possibly, that I want to have a look at. But that'll be more of a document. Well, that's a bit of a contradiction, isn't it? More of a documentary. A different kind of thing, I think. There's one on there about Ibrahimovic as well, which I watched a few months ago, which I really enjoyed. That was fantastic. Really good. But the Man City thing is the one that everyone's discussing. Have you watched it? What did you think of it? Did it open your eyes at all? Did you think it was dull? I mean, to be all honest, I won't put it across as the most exciting thing. I just liked it because it was a football-related programme and I was sat on a train for a few hours. Do you know what I mean, guys? So, under them circumstances, I enjoyed it. And the same on my flight. But if I was sat at home, would I really got my way to watch it? I don't know. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I want to know what you think about it. Like I say, Liverpool features in it in a few episodes. And it's nice to see how people, how the opposition are talking about our team. That's the bit that you will like. You will like the dressing room preparations and talking about the front three. And the one thing that did surprise me, right, bearing in mind that Pep Guardiola is supposed to be a genius, is that in the run-up to facing us, he said, Liverpool scare me or whatever, but he said, they've got a good goalkeeper. And I was like, fucking good goalkeeper? What fucking year was this recorded in? Do you know what I mean? He actually said that. He said they've got a good goalkeeper. Anyway, we have now. Let me know what you thought, guys. I think that's me done for today. If I'm back in a minute, then fair dues. I'll see what's what. But yeah, let me know what you think. All right.